Hey guys, it's Josh from BC Performance Parts, and today I'm here with Nathan in Michigan in the Detroit metropolitan area to install his BR series coilovers onto his Infiniti G35.
Alright, so with the G35 you have two options. You can go with your OEM style where it's a separate spring and shock, or you can get the true rear coilover. Nathan, why don't you tell them why you chose the true rear?
So the true rear coilover is going to be a little bit better for racing. It's going to be faster response in the spring rate and just a little bit better for the track.
Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and install the rear. Nathan here is going to talk us through, I guess, everything that he has to do.
To remove the OEM strut, there's two 12mm nuts that go onto the top of your strut tower. And then there's going to be a 17mm bolt with a 17mm nut that goes to the top of the knuckle. So to put the new coilover on, just reverse process. Jacking up the rear knuckle makes it a lot easier to line everything up. So when lining the back bolt up, putting a jack underneath and raising the rear knuckle takes a lot of the tension off of the rear sway bar and allows you to line it up much easier. And the rear coilover's in. So removing the front strut, first we're going to take off the 12mm nut that's holding on the brake line to the strut itself. So then we're going to attack the bottom mount of the OEM strut, and it's going to be a nut and a bolt that are both 17mm. Then there's going to be three 12mm nuts on the top that hold in the OEM strut. So there's two lines right here that are just clipped into a rubber boot and a tab for the ABS sensor. Then you have the 12mm nut. So we got the bottom, now we got the top. Time to install the new coilover. If you want, you can pre-adjust your settings for where you're going to have your brake line attached to. I believe in the center should be perfect for our setting that we're going for.
Most vehicles you will have an option between our regular and extreme low version. The regular kit will start you off around 1 inch below stock height and can be lowered to about 3 inches. To get extreme, we shorten the shock body and springs. The extreme low kit starts you off around 2 inches below stock height and can be lowered to around 4 inches. Any custom orders can take about a month to build and ship.
So again, we can attach the brake line, keep it out of our way. It's best if we jack up the coilover again, knuckle to fit in the coilover. So I'm just loosening the front a little bit to get the whole coilover to pivot so it can line up easier. in Michigan here, it'll tighten itself with rust. So just get torque down there that you don't want it to come off. And so now we have the coilover on. We can put the wheels on now, but before, make sure everything is nice and tight. You can also paint mark the nuts and bolts to make sure that they're not going to back off when you're driving. And you should check your nuts and bolts about after 50 miles or after you do a track day or so to make sure everything's still tight. So when lowering your car down and taking it off the jack stands, boards are a must if you're going real low with your car. The worst thing is lowering your car down and then not being able to get the jack out.
Hey guys, it's Josh again from BC Performance Parts. We just finished installing Nathan's BR series coilovers onto an Infiniti G35. Most people that are mechanically inclined will be able to install their BC Racing Coilovers on their own, but if not, it is highly recommended that you take them to a professional shop to be installed. You will notice a difference driving on the road or track with BC Coilovers on your car, and if you have access to a large parking lot, you can certainly test them out and notice the difference right away.
Alright, so that about wraps it up. If you want to check us out on YouTube, BC Performance, go to our website, BCRacingUSA.com or BCRacingCanada.com. Phone number 877-302-3320. Just ask for Josh, I'll help you out. Thanks a lot, Nathan. We really appreciate it.